Putin starts tactical nuke drills near Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russia on Tuesday announced it has started tactical nuclear weapons exercises near Ukraine, as Moscow again accused the West of being provocative. Russian President Vladimir Putin has made veiled nuclear threats toward the West for years, since he began a full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, leaving tens of thousands of people dead, and towns and cities in ruins. Western allies have supported Ukraine with military equipment to help Kyiv fend off Putin's aggression. Military personnel, involved in the exercise, practice equipping aviation weapons with special warheads, including the Kinzhal aeroballistic hypersonic missiles, and flying into designated patrol areas, the Kremlin added. Unlike strategic nuclear weapons, which are designed to destroy entire cities, the goal of tactical nuclear weapons is to be used on the battlefield. Earlier this month, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov accused French President Emmanuel Macron and British representatives of provoking Russia's nuclear escalation, after UK Foreign Secretary David Cameron said during a trip to Kyiv that Ukraine could strike Russia with British weapons, while Macron has floated the possibility of sending Western troops to fight in Ukraine. The Kremlin's nuclear test aims to ensure the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the Russian state in response to provocative statements and threats of individual Western officials, the Russian Defense Ministry concluded.
This post received a score of 13,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
He is attempting to use nuclear blackmail and it can't be allowed to be successful.
Hope he doesn't have any helicopter rides soon.
It's okay. At this point we can bring in a window.
Don't need one. Get Boeing on the line.
The way whistleblowers are going, someone just needs to designate him one.
Quick, somebody protect this quality man from protecting himself from the world. ?
This little thread got me chuckling good. Thanks Reddit.
Doesn't matter how much bullshit this is, publicly broadcasting that you're preparing for an event in which you'll need to use nukes for an offensive war you've started should mean that any civilized nation immediately stops working with you. Full stop.
Best we can do is put a price cap on their oil. The world.
Because letting that oil hit the market is what's keeping gas prices from skyrocketing and sending far-right politicians into power.
Maybe it's time for renewable energy now, after no one gave a fuck about this climate change thing.
Can't implement renewable energy right now. That would take a while to happen. It'd never be an immediate thing.
They said, since the 70s.
The biggest obstacle to humanity's success is money, and big oil is proof enough.
Russia threatens nukes before 2020. I want you to go through the list. Moscow warns it could strike Poland over US missile shield. Putin issues nuclear threat to Ukraine over plan to host US shield. Russia has threatened NATO with military strikes against in Poland and Romania if a missile defense radar and interceptors are deployed in Eastern Europe. Putin threatens nuclear war over Ukraine. Russia threatens nuclear strikes over Crimea. Russia threatens US over German nuke allegations. Russia threatens to aim nuclear missiles at Denmark ships. Russia quick to threaten nuclear strikes in regional conflicts. Report. Russia continues to use nuclear threats to intimidate neighbors. Russian lawmaker. We would use nukes if US or NATO enters Crimea.
It worries me a bit until I take a second to think about it, and I'm the kind of person who writes comments like this to calm people down who might have anxiety over it. These kinds of drills are commonplace. The only difference is they're shouting about it and likely exaggerating to scare people. Remember too, a lot of this is also aimed at Russian people, not us in the West. They are desperate to keep their own people scared and complacent, thinking their leaders are powerful and in control, when they're actually a few bad moves away from a revolution.
What scares me is if it works. Knowing you can threaten the world to get what you want with nukes will just make more people want them. That's more dangerous than aggressively doing the opposite to defy that type of threat.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.